Hello, everyone. First of all, good morning, and thank you very much for attending this webinar. I am Joel Ferran, electronic engineer at this firm's Research and Development Department, and I'm going to introduce you the new products presented on the host fair in the last few years. Let's start. Here we can see the training plan established for this year. There will be a training almost every month in different language in on-site and webinar format. This is the agenda that we'll be following this training. Firstly, we will see the range of cook, bake, baker shop, and snack ovens. When we finish the oven part, we will take a 10 minutes break, and finally we will focus on ice sensor and go sensor vacuum packing machines. The points to check for both products are very similar. The introduction to the range, the control panels, we will see the normal use of the final client, the configuration menu, how to view the operation cycles and hours in vacuum packing machines, perform a relay test and check the correct operation of GPIOS. After that, we will show how to access the active matching components, as well as the replacement of electronics, solenoid valves, and the other electromechanical components, electric diagrams, and we are going to visualize and present the solutions of the common failures that we have registered during our 10 years of experience. And finally, we are going to see the exploded views and the list of components of the different machines. Let's start with the ovens part. These are the four range ovens that we are going to see today. On one hand, the cook and snack, more oriented to gastronomy. And on the other hand, the bake and baker shop, oriented to bakery. These two. Cook is divided into four control panels: Up, Pro, Master, and iCook. And in the following slide, we will see their difference. It's only available in one tries, and it's a mixed oven. This means that it allows steam cooking. The snack is the same oven as cook, but smaller, and it also supports 2/3 tries. This oven is available with air and air-S controls. It's a convection oven with humidity. Unlike cook, you cannot steam vegetables. It does not fully saturate the chamber with steam, and it's available with folding door and batting door. Bake is designed for professional pastry chefs who confection pastries, pastry creams, etc. Available with Pro, Master, and iBake control panels. Compatible with 600 per 400 tries and allow mixed cooking as cook. As we have seen before in cook, it saturates the chamber with steam. Baker shop is identically to snack, available with the same control panels, air and air-S. The only thing that changed is the sticker in the door and the guides. It allows 600 per 400 and 460 per 330 tries. It's designed more for frozen pastries. Before start with the different oven range characteristics, it's important to know the features and the cooking technologies. Multi-steam is a steam generation system based on heating water before injection. TSC, it's our patented thermal stability control that achieves a decimal accuracy in real point temperature for low temperature cookings, available with the touch screens and the master controls. As smart clima, and intelligent steam generation and management, only available in touchscreen models. The dry out, quick extraction of the steam from the chamber. This is possible with a solenoid valve that allows fresh air to enter the chamber, and therefore the steam comes out through the chimney. MyChef, the simple self-cleaning mode that user only needs to place the clean duo tablet in the hole and press a button. Siphon, faster steam saturation and higher energy efficiency. Now we start with the cook ovens. In this slide, we can see the main control panels. In the right, the electronic display. It's available with Cook app in 4, 6, 11 gastronomy tries. The Cook Up is the simplest oven without my care. Cook Pro for 6, 10, 11 gastronomy tries has my care, multi-steam and dry out technology. Cook Master with 4, 6 and 10, 11 gastronomy tries and 6, 10, 2, 1 gastronomy tries. The same as Cook Pro, the master is the same as Cook Pro with cooking phases, proof, and optional TSC. And in the left, the touch screen display, the iCook, that has all the technologies and features. Cook ovens are oriented to restaurants, hotels, catering service, communities, bars, gastrobars, supermarkets, etc. Regarding to snack ovens, it's only available with electronic display and it allows different cooking phases. The control is snack air, only one fan speed and no humidity. For 2/3 gastronomy tries and for 1/1 gastronomy tries. And Air S, it's the same features than Cook Up, this one. With 4 2/3 gastronomy tries and 4 1/1 gastronomy tries. The applications are for restaurants, bars, small bars, fast food restaurants, food trucks, etc. Concerning to the bakery ovens, Bake is available with Pro and Master and iBake control panels with the same features as Cook's models, but now with bakery tries, 600 per 400. For 6 and 10 tries for Bake Pro, for 6 and 10 tries for Bake Master, and for 6 and 10 tries for iBake. And it's oriented to bakeries, pastry shops, bakers. Finally, baker shop is exactly the same as snack with 460 per 330 and tries and 600 per 40 bakery tries. Oriented to small bars, small shops, supermarkets, bakery, fast food restaurants. Here we see the comparison between Cook Pro 6 with 6 tries and Bake 6 tries. They look the same, but Cook has a smaller distance between tries, so it's smaller and has a low power consumption, 9.3 to 12.6 kilowatts. And Bake, how it works with pastry tries, it has a greater distance between tries. Here are the distance between tries. And it has 2 motors for a better heat distribution. In this slide, we can see a summary table showing all the ovens, control panels, and their difference. The electronic displays and the touch screen display. These are Up and Pro control panels with the different characteristics. As we see above, the only difference is the clean button, because Cook Pro has a My Care and Cook Up no. Now we'll see a video that shows how they work.
In the upper section of the control panel, you will see the buttons where you can select the cooking mode you want to use for the oven: convection, mix, or steam. Just below each button is an indicator that tells you which cooking mode has been selected. Here you can see the display screen, which shows you the configuration of the different cooking parameters you have selected. The minus and plus buttons allow you to increase or decrease the selected parameters, adjusting them for the required cooking. The button with 2 drops allows you to adjust the humidity level, which can be set from -99 to +100%, depending on the cooking mode selected. You can adjust the humidity level in increments of 20%. You can adjust the temperature with a thermometer up to a maximum of 260 degrees, according to the selected mode. You can use the clock to set the cooking time. The time is displayed with 2 dots in the middle. The first 2 digits indicate the hours, and the 2 digits on the right indicate the minutes. If you want to just cook continuously, you can remove the time limit. Just press the minus button until "cont" appears on the central display screen. Finally, the fan icon allows you to adjust the fan speed. There are 2 options: high speed when HI is displayed on the screen, and low speed when LO is displayed on the screen. You can change between speeds using the plus and minus buttons. Next, you have the Clean button, which is used for selecting the self-cleaning program. Press and hold the Start/Stop button for 2 seconds to turn the equipment on or off. Then, once you've set your desired parameters, press the same button to start the cooking. You will also need to do the same to stop the cooking cycle. Just press the Start/Stop button. In both the cook and bake models, there are 3 cooking modes: convection, mix, and steam. To select a particular cooking mode, please press the corresponding button. The convection mode acts as a forced convection oven without adding or removing moisture from the cooking chamber. In this mode, the temperature can be set between 30 degrees and 260 degrees, and the humidity is always 0%. The mixed mode regulates the supply and removal of humidity in the cooking chamber in an intelligent way and controlled by the oven. You can adjust the temperature from 30 to 260 degrees and set your desired humidity percentage from -99 to +100% in increments of 20%. Finally, the steam mode fills the cooking chamber with moisture. In this mode, the temperature can be set from 30 to 130 degrees with 100% humidity. You can humidify the chamber in all cooking modes if you desire. To do so, just press the humidity regulating button until the oven sprays water into the cooking chamber. Once you've configured all the cooking parameters as desired, press the Start/Stop button. The oven will then start to preheat the chamber and will stop when it has reached the temperature requested by the user. During this time, the central display will show the letters PHT, alternating between them and the current temperature of the oven. The oven will alert you with a buzzer once the set temperature has been reached, and the main display will show the letters "Load" to indicate that the food can now be put in the oven. The oven will now be at the desired temperature to start cooking. If you wish, you can skip the preheating process by pressing the Start/Stop button. However, if preheating is not necessary because the chamber is already at the set temperature, the 2 points of the time indicator will flash once a second to indicate that it is not necessary. If you don't set any parameters for the preheating, the oven will automatically use the parameters of the last cooking session. First of all, you will need to set the desired parameters, particularly the temperature and time parameters, with the corresponding buttons. Once you've loaded the oven and closed the door, it will start counting down the cooking time until it is finished. You will then see "End" appear on the screen. The oven will beep for 1 second and the interior light will switch on until the user finishes cooking by pressing the Start/Stop button. If the door is opened during cooking, the counter will stop and "Door" will appear on the display. The MyChef cleaning system automatically cleans the cooking chamber. This system and cleaning program has been specifically designed for use with Clean Duo detergent. Why is it important to use Clean Duo? The unique feature of these detergent tablets is that they contain double the concentration of active product than most other similar products available on the market. They also contain a polishing additive for a perfect finish. This means you only need to use 1 Clean Duo tablet per wash, as it contains both detergent and rinse aid, so it is more convenient and cheaper. The self-cleaning program lasts 70 minutes. Before starting the self-washing cycle, it is important to manually remove any solid pieces of food that may be inside the chamber to prevent them from going down the drain, as this could damage the equipment over time. It is also important to carry out the washing process without a load, removing the trays and grills to ensure that the equipment is properly cleaned. Put the tablet in the assigned slot. You should insert as many tablets as there are slots in the oven. In the 4 and 6 tray models, there is a capacity for 1 tablet. In the 10 tray models, you will need to use 2 tablets for each wash. To activate the automatic cleaning cycle, press the Clean button, followed by the Start/Stop button on the control panel. Once activated, the letters CLN will appear on the central screen. Before inserting the Clean Duo tablet, it is important to make sure that the temperature of the cooking chamber is not too high. If the oven is too hot to clean, once the Clean button has been pressed, the oven will show the letters Cool on its central display, indicating that cooling is required. Press Start/Stop to activate the cool down. In this mode, the convection fan will turn on and the resistors will turn off. Even if the oven door is open, the process will not stop and the fan will continue to rotate. The display will alternate between the word cool and the chamber temperature. To exit the fast cooling mode, press Start/Stop button. Once the oven has reached a low enough temperature, the display will show the word End, indicating that you can cancel the cooling process with the Start/Stop key. Then you can insert the Clean Duo tablet. Once the automatic washing process has started, the door cannot be opened under any circumstances. In case of emergency, the washing can be stopped with the Start/Stop button. If the equipment will not turn on, you should check the status of the safety thermostat and the service switch located at the back of the equipment. The switch should be on. To check the safety thermostat, remove the cap and check the condition of the white spout. If it's in the correct position, you shouldn't be able to see it. If it is visible, this means that the thermostat has tripped and you'll need to press it to resolve the issue. You can access the user manual, technical datasheet, and all the technical documentation for the equipment with the QR code located on the right side of the oven.
Regarding air and airless control panels, the main difference are the humidity and the fan button. Let's see a bit explaining their functionalities.
We are now going to explain the different elements of the control panel on the Snack and Baker Shop adjustable humidity convection ovens, which is made up of a central display screen and several buttons and indicators. At the top, you can see the buttons that allow you to configure up to 3 cooking phases, and just below the buttons are their indicators, which will only flash when the phase is active. Here you can see the display screen with the various different parameters that you can select to configure the cooking. The Proc button allows you to save and retrieve programs. The minus and plus buttons allow you to increase or decrease the selected parameters, adjusting them for the required cooking. And the level button allows you to adjust the fermenter parameters in the Baker Shop models. The button with the 2 drops of water allows you to adjust the humidity level. The display screen shows an H in the first digit, followed by the humidity value, which can be set from -99 to +100. The values can be changed in increments of 20. You can use the thermometer to adjust the temperature. As with the humidity, the first digit will be a T for temperature, followed by the temperature value displayed in degrees Celsius. The maximum temperature is 260 degrees, and you can adjust it 1 degree at a time. Although if you hold it for 1 second, you can adjust it in blocks of 10. You can use the clock to set the cooking time. The time is displayed with 2 dots in the middle. The first 2 digits indicate the hours, and the 2 digits on the right indicate the minutes. If you want to just cook continuously, you can remove the time limit. Just press the minus button until "Cont" appears on the central display screen. Finally, the fan icon allows you to adjust the fan speed. There are 2 options: high speed when HI is displayed on the screen, and low speed when LO is displayed on the screen. You can press the plus and minus buttons to change between speeds. Next, you have the quick memory buttons, which allow you to save programs so you can access them immediately with just a click of a button. Finally, you have the start and stop button, which turns the oven on and off and starts and stops the cooking. Press and hold the start/stop button for 2 seconds to turn the equipment on or off. Then, once you've set your desired parameters, press the same button to start the cooking. You will also need to do the same to stop the cooking cycle. Just press the start/stop button. To activate the preheating, press the start/stop button once you've set all the cooking parameters. The oven will then start to preheat the chamber and will stop when it has reached the temperature requested by the user. During this time, the central display will show the letters PHT, alternating between them and the current temperature of the oven. The oven will alert you with the buzzer once the set temperature has been reached, and the main display will show the letters "Load" to indicate that the food can now be put in the oven. The oven will now be at the desired temperature to start cooking. If you wish, you can skip the preheating process by pressing the start/stop button. However, if preheating is not necessary because the chamber is already at the set temperature, the 2 points of the time indicator will flash once a second to indicate that it is not necessary, and the cooking will start directly. If you don't set any parameters for the preheating, the oven will automatically use the parameters of the last cooking session. To activate timed cooking with temperature adjustment, you'll first need to set your desired parameters using the corresponding buttons, particularly the temperature and time. Once you've loaded the oven and closed the door, it will start counting down the cooking time until it is finished. You will then see "End" appear on the screen. The oven will beep for 1 second and the interior light will switch on until the user finishes cooking by pressing the start/stop button. If the door is opened during cooking, the counter will stop and "Door" will appear on the display. On the top of the panel, you will see the buttons P1, P2, and P3, which correspond to the 3 phases that can be programmed. Each button has an indicator which shows the phase status. If the indicator for a particular phase is lit up and flashing, it means that this phase is being displayed, so you can change the parameters to program it. However, if the phase indicator is lit up but not flashing, this means that the phase has been activated, so the parameters will be followed when the cooking is activated. Finally, if the indicator is off, this means that the phase has been deactivated. To add a phase while the oven is not cooking, press and hold the desired phase button for 2 seconds and then enter the parameters. The phases are consecutive. When the first phase is finished, the second one will start automatically, followed by the third one. To navigate between phases, you just need to press the phase number you want to display or edit. If you want to save a program, once you have set the humidity, temperature, time, and fan speed for each of the desired phases, press the proc key and use the -+ to set the program number where you want to have the setting. The screen will display a P and then the program number. Once you have selected the program number with the setting you want to save, press and hold the proc button for 2 seconds to confirm. To access a program, press the proc key and use the minus+ keys to find the program that you want to access. Once you've found the program you want to run, press Proc to display the configuration. Then press the Start/Stop key to start the program. You can save up to 40 programs. It is important to know that the oven offers 8 quick access memories independent from the programs. To save a quick memory, simply set the humidity, temperature, time, and fan speed for each of your desired phases, and then press the memory button where you'd like to save, holding it for 2 seconds. To start a cooking session stored on a quick memory, just press the memory button for the memory that you want to execute. If the equipment will not turn on, you should check the status of the safety thermostat and the service switch, located at the back of the equipment. The switch should be on. To check the safety thermostat, remove the cap and check the condition of the white spout. If it's in the correct position, you shouldn't be able to see it. If it is visible, this means that the thermostat has tripped and you'll need to press it to resolve the issue. You can access the user manual, technical datasheet, and all the technical documentation for the equipment with a QR code located on the right side of the oven.
Finally, the last control panel with electronic display is Master, which includes the functionalities of the 2 last controls. You can manage phases with this button and select program with this button. In addition, it's possible to change between time or proof cooking with the time and proof button. It's possible to control all these electronic display control panels with an internet application available at this link. These applications allow the user to see the oven state, its parameters, and modify it in real time from everywhere with an internet connection. In this slide also includes videos showing how to configure Wi-Fi connection in the oven and how the application works in the different control panels. Let's see, for example, the cook and bake application.
Once you have linked your mobile device, tablet, or computer to the oven that you want to control remotely and open the direct access that you saved previously on your device desktop, you will see all the elements on the remote control panel. First, you will see the device selection box. This drop-down menu allows you to select the desired device from the list. Here you will find all the MyChef ovens you have connected to the remote control. The on-off button turns the equipment on and off, not to be confused with the Start/Stop button, which is used for starting and stopping the oven cooking. Next, you will see the door indicator, which tells you whether the oven door is open or closed. The status indicator shows the oven status, with 7 possible statuses. Online. The equipment is connected and waiting to start cooking or washing. Offline. The equipment is not connected. Cooking. Equipment is switched on and cooking. Preheating. The equipment is connected and preheating. Washing. The equipment is connected and being cleaned. Connecting. Trying to connect to the equipment. Error. The device shows an error on the central display. The following icon is a Wi-Fi indicator, which shows the strength of the Wi-Fi signal in terms of percentage. Below and inside the box, you will see 3 columns: parameter, set point, and real point. The first column contains the parameters that you can modify: temperature, humidity, and time. In the second column, set point, you can mark the parameters you need for the next cook. The temperature is expressed in degrees Celsius, humidity in percentage, and time in minutes. The third column, real point, shows the temperature and humidity parameter values in real time. It also shows the time that has passed since the cooking started. Finally, the box also contains the fan speed button, which indicates the speed of the fan, and you can select between two options: slow or fast. The remote control allows you to enter an endless number of recipes, which will be compatible with and visible for all the linked ovens where they can be cooked. Outside the box, there is a selection box that contains a list of the recipes entered by the user. To add a recipe, all you need to do is click on the first icon and fill in the different fields that appear. You can enter the name of the recipe you want to add, as well as the temperature, humidity, cooking time, and fan speed. To edit a recipe, click on this button and the same form will open, but it will display the data that was entered when it was created. Then you can just modify the old data, adding the new desired parameters. This button sends the cooking parameters to the oven for the recipe selected in the recipe selection box. To activate the recipe, simply press the Start Stop button. If you want to remove one of the recipes, just select the recipe in the recipe selection box and click on this icon. If you're looking for information about the equipment, such as which users are linked to the oven, the operating time, and the temperatures of the electronics, press the More Information button. The last buttons you will see on the bottom of the oven remote control panel are Add New Device, Remove Device, Log Out, Delete Account.
Here you have the same video regarding to snack and baker shop ovens and with the Wi-Fi connection configuration. In addition to the remote control application, it's possible to synchronize the ovens with the Google Assistant. In this way, the user can use voice commands to control the oven. In Google Home application, it's possible to program routines and assign one voice command to several actions, as shown in this slide, and telling the Google Assistant, okay, Google cook pizza. The system will process all the commands necessary to cook a pizza previously configured. Now it's time to the touchscreen control panel. This control panel is more intuitive and allows more functionalities. In the header, we have the fast menu button, number one. This option consists of a customizable menu with the most common cooking operations. In one hand, in the main menu, we have the cooking functions, chef, smart cooking and baking, and cooking planner. Chef is a customization of the cooking settings manually, humidity, temperature, time, proof, and speed, like we have seen in the electronics display control panels. The smart cooking and smart baking is a smart system for assisted cooking. It's not necessary to know the cooking parameters. The oven set it depending on the selected food, and smart baking it's only available on iBake. Cooking planner. Cooking planners for cook food simultaneously on different trays. Regenerate and fermentation button is for regenerate frozen or refrigerated food in a guided way and control a fermentation and fermenting machine. And in the other hand, the MyChef function. Number 6, an intelligent self-cleaning system with 4 different cleaning and rinsing programs. And finally, number 7, and number 8, the recipes management and the oven settings. For touchscreen control panels, also exists a cloud where user can monitor the oven state, create, modify, and send recipes to the oven. This cloud is independent of the remote control applications for electronic display control panels. After this introduction to the different ovens, we start here the technical part. when the oven detects an error, is displayed like this, ER and the error code in the electronic display controls, and showing more details in the touch screen controls. The list of error codes that the machine can detect appears in the technical service manual. Each number is associated with a description of the problem. The most typical errors are communication errors, which are error 4. Here you can see that error 4 is a communication error, and here you have some notes. Error 6, the engine overheating, this one. This is typically when the cooling fan is obstructed. Error 23, this one. Chamber proof not connected. The proof is in open circuit because it's not connected correctly or it has broken. And error 20, finally, the most typical error is 24. Chamber proof shorted. There may be a short circuit due to water, for example. In electronic display ovens, we can access to the configuration menu where the technical service can set up the oven features and perform some hardware tests. To access this menu with the oven turned off, it's necessary to press simultaneously convection or P1 button, depending on the control you have in the oven. This convection P1 and simultaneously with the start stop button. These two buttons simultaneously. When we enter the settings menu, the 3 light indicator on the top of the control will all light up at the same time, and the display will show a P000. We see here P101 because when they enter the settings menu, the first 2 digits show the record of register that will be modified according this table, P0 to P7, and the last 2 digits show the value of the register. You can change the editing register by clicking convection or P1 button, and the values of the register clicking the Steam or P3 button. These 2 buttons will modify this parameter, and these 2 buttons this other parameter. Every register allows different values depending on the oven characteristics. For example, the first one, P0, is the password. It's not implemented in these ovens, but P1 is the oven type. The oven type register. This value identifies the oven control panel. The values must be number 0 for cook and bake pro ovens, number 2 for cook up ovens, number 5 for cook bake master, number 6 for baker shop and snack A ovens, and number 7 for baker shop and snack A S ovens. We will see now a video showing how to access this menu and how to modify this type parameter.
Para acceder al menú de configuración, pulsamos simultáneamente el botón de convección y Start Stop y veremos que podemos modificar los parámetros. Con el botón de convección modificaremos el parámetro que queramos cambiar, por ejemplo, P1 Type, y con el botón de vapor modificaremos el type del horno. Para confirmar, simplemente manteniendo pulsado Start Stop, reiniciará el control.
Sorry, we have the microphone disabled. I will repeat this slide. Okay. The next register is P2. Is for TSC configuration over temperature control panel. This value is the value of this parameter must be 0 if oven doesn't have TSC, or 2 for the electrical oven with have TSC. Here number 0, TSC disable, or number 2. The next P3 register is the self-cleaning mode. If the oven has MyChef, the register value should be 2 for non-recirculated self-cleaning or 1 for recirculated self-cleaning. Otherwise, should be 0. These are the possible parameters. P4 is the fan speed configuration, setting the value to number 0 for 2 fan speeds, and number 4 for 4 fan speeds, or number 5 for 1 fan speed. Register P5, P6, and P7 are for hardware test. P5 is for the relay test. The register values can be a number from 1 to 16, being this value the corresponding relay according this table, number 1 to 16. For toggle the relay state, the mix, we have to press the mix and P2 button, and then the relay we toggle the state. Let's see another video where we can see how to do a relay test. Okay. In the case of touchscreen control panels, the configuration menu is more intuitive. We click settings button here, and next the advanced setup button. We enter the password, type 159 for the password, and we get access to different technical service setup. We can here modify the oven type, the TSC, the fan, and the relay test, GPIOs test, etc. So let's see now the electric diagrams. This is the electric schema of the relay board. Here you can see the network power supply. The two contactors, one controlled for the safety switch and the safety thermostat. The other one controlled for the relay, the contactor relay. Here we can see the TSC with the two faces of the resistor. Here the resistor, the motor condenser, the motor with the connector P39. These are all the relays with several electrovalves and solenoids. The door switch. Here we have to connect the control. Here we have the 12 volts power supply, the cooling fan, the main chamber proof, the proof that it's to have the temperature of the chimney, and the multi-point or single point proof. It's important to take care of the different colors of the control connector, because you need to it's necessary to if the 0 is yellow in the other side of the electronics, almost the 0 will be the yellow one, the yellow wire. All the other connectors are reserved for future applications. There are another relay board that is necessary only for recirculated self-cleaning ovens. This board includes more relays because the self-cleaning program needs water pumps for recirculation. It only changed the connectors type, but the connector wiring are exactly the same. On the other side of the wire, that is the relay board control connector. Here you have this connector. This is the electronic control board, and here you will connect the relay board. Here we can see the same color code of the different connections. In this electric diagram, we can see the keyboard connector, power supply, and power supply here with the relay board. And P6, P7, and P8 connectors correspond to the 12 volts fan, light, and loudspeaker. In the following table, there are the common problems that can appear in ovens. The first column is the problem. The second column is the problem description. Third, the different points to review. And finally, in the fourth column, the solution associated at every review point. After the webinar, I will send you these slides where you can find this common problems table. Moreover, on our website, you can create an user to the download center. Here we can access to the download center with this link. Here is the download center, and you will have access to the all ovens documentation. If you don't have an account, you can register here, and our teammates of after sale will gain access you to this documentation. And for example, here the product manual in English, you have directly access to the documentation. Now you have access also to the exploded views. This is, for example, the exploded views of one of the ovens. Here you can see all the doors part. You have the light, the cooling fan, the control electronic, the plastic that the keyboard is mounted in this part. Inside the oven, you have the tri guides, this is the silicon profile, the resistor, the turbine, the chamber proof, the steam generation pipe, the motor, the steam generation silicon pipes. This black pipe is for high pressure. This is for my car for the self cleaning. The two contactors, the relay board, the motor condenser, power supply, electronics cooling fan, electronics and motor cooling fan, the safety switch, and the safety thermostat. Explode a bit of the motor. And here you have a replacement table with the numbers of all the components corresponding to the exploded build number. All the kits for example, the basic spare parts kits that are remarked in yellow color. And now we finish the first part. We will do a pause and we will return here in 10 minutes. If anyone have a question, our teammate Jose Maria from After Sales Department will stay online to try answer it. Thank you.
Hello, good morning. I'm Joseph from the technical department. You can ask whatever you want, and I will try to answer.
Okay, regarding to Jude's question, I will read. In the beginning of the session, he said something regarding to cook up and pro, not suitable for steamed vegetables, etc., or did not understand well. Okay, we have the cook ovens with can saturate all the chamber. Now, with the chamber saturation of steam, it's possible to steam vegetables. This is not possible, for example, for snack ovens that not catch here. Snack ovens can saturate all the chamber with steam.
Hello, I am the question regarding compound concept and the travel to set the clock and date correctly. And there is nothing in the manual regarding this, but you can do it in the advanced configuration. You can set up the um, the hour and the day. Sorry, I said it wrong. In the technical manual, in the page 27 or 30, you can find how to set up the date and the hour. Is in the technical manual.
Okay, let's continue to the vacuum packing machines part. We will follow the same points as ovens. On one hand, we have a Go sensor. It's a simple and intuitive machine. It's oriented to the butchers, fishmongers, and in the industry sector. It has a Becker vacuum pump. On the other hand, we have the eye sensor, 100% automatic. The user only needs to set the lid down and the machine set up all vacuum parameters for a perfect packing. Oriented to gastronomy, restaurants, gastrobars, etc. It has Bush vacuum pump. This is the range Go sensor, the small, medium, and large models with their dimensions, vacuum pump characteristics, and sealing bar length. The small is the only machine that is available with a flat lid. All the other machines are dome lids. Likewise, here we see the features of the eye sensor range. In this case, the small is not available in flat lid. The eye sensor range also has floor standing models oriented in the mid industry with pumps from 20 to 100 meters cubics per hour. They can have up to 3 sealing bars that can be distributed in parallel, L-shaped or U-shaped. If one of these 3 sealing bars is not removed, the others still work normally, unlike other competitors' machines. In the Go sensor control panel, we see a 4-digit display to view and edit the vacuum parameters. 4 LEDs to see in which state it is, and 3 buttons to navigate between the different options. In this video, we are going to see all the functionalities of the control.
Con Shopify puedes crear tu propia tienda online y vender tus productos online en todo el mundo, incluso si la tecnología no es tu fuerte.
The Go sensor packaging machine includes a 4-digit display in the central section, 3 buttons in the lower section, and 4 LEDs with 2 on the left and 2 on the right. These indicate the machine status during the packaging cycle. To turn the machine on, you can press any of the 3 buttons on the control panel or just open the lid. You will then see the letters Set on the display. The control panel is divided into 3 main sections. In the central part, you will see the 4-digit display, which shows the values of the different packaging parameters, as well as the modes that can be selected. Set to configure the packaging, Clean to perform self-cleaning, and Off to turn off the packaging machine. There are 2 LED indicators on each side of the screen that indicate the parameters being modified. The 2 indicators on the left allow you to modify the vacuum percentage, and the indicators on the right allow you to modify the sealing and air restoration to complete the vacuum packaging cycle. At the bottom, you have the left, right, and central buttons, which allow you to configure the packaging parameters and navigate through the configuration menu. In the initial menu, there are 3 modes: the set mode, the clean mode, and the off mode. When the packaging machine is on, you can change the mode using the side buttons to select the operation mode you need. We will now explain the 3 modes in more detail. The set mode is for packaging or modifying the packaging parameters. When the machine is in set mode, you have 2 options. You can enter the packaging parameters you need, or you can just lower the lid to start the packaging program currently stored in the machine memory. The most recent configuration made will always be saved by default. To configure the vacuum parameters you want, you can use the central button to navigate between the parameters. The icon for the parameter that you're going to modify will light up. Use the side buttons to edit the values and then press the central button to confirm the value you want. The machine will automatically skip to the next parameter to be modified, and so on for the 4 parameters to be edited. Once you have finished editing the last parameter, the machine will return to the starting point of the set mode. The clean mode is used for performing a cleaning cycle of the pump oil. In this mode, all you need to do is lower the lid and the packaging machine will automatically perform a cleaning cycle of the oil. The off is for turning off the packaging machine. In this mode, the packaging machine will automatically turn off after a few seconds, but you can also use the central button to turn it off immediately. To access the packaging configuration menu, you need to press the central button when the packaging machine is in the set mode on the initial menu. From this menu, you can configure the following packaging parameters. Vacuum percentage. This parameter sets a vacuum value expressed as a percentage. You can set the vacuum percentage from 50% to 100%. The Go Sensor packaging machine also has a special program for packaging liquids, which will appear just after the 100% vacuum option and is identified by the letters H2O. The icon that identifies it is vacuum. Extra vacuum time. The extra vacuum time option allows you to add additional vacuum time of up to 20 seconds. This is used to guarantee an effective vacuum for very porous foods. You can only set this extra time if you have selected 100% vacuum. The icon that identifies it is extra. Sealing time. This value specifies how long the bag will be sealed for. More specifically, it specifies the duration of electrical contact on the sealing bars and should be adjusted for each type of bag. We recommend that you check with the bag supplier to find out the ideal sealing time. You can set a sealing time of up to 5 seconds. The icon that identifies it is sealing. Air pressure restoration mode. This parameter allows you to choose between 3 different types of air supply to the chamber. Fast. Restoring the air pressure in fast mode causes the air to be supplied all at once by opening the inlet valve until the air pressure inside the chamber has been restored. It is the fastest and most appropriate method for most cases. Soft. Restoring the air pressure in soft mode causes the air to be supplied gradually, preventing the bag from deforming. This mode is useful to restore the air pressure slowly so that the packaged food molds correctly to the bag and prevents sharp elements from breaking it. Stop. This mode allows you to stop the pump at a certain vacuum value by pressing the central button. The packaging machine will maintain this vacuum until the button is pressed again. This process can be useful for marinating meat or fish or removing air from sauces. The icon that identifies it is air, and you can select each air restoration mode by selecting the icons below it: fast, soft, and stop. The auto clean mode is used to remove water condensation from the vacuum pump oil. This self-cleaning process uses high temperatures to cause any water in the oil to evaporate, thus removing it from the pump. The packaging machine will automatically warn you every 200 vacuum cycles that a self-cleaning process is required, although you can also do it whenever you like. You can access the auto clean mode by going to the clean mode. To activate it, you will need to lower the machine lid. If you do not want to start the auto clean process when the warning appears, you can use the 2 side buttons to navigate normally through the menu and perform the desired cycle. The maximum duration of the auto clean mode is 10 minutes, although it can be stopped by pressing the central button. You can access the user manual, technical datasheet, and all the technical documentation for the equipment with the QR code located on the right-hand side of the packaging machine.
Okay, in the other case, in my sensor control, we see an LCD with different icons that will indicate the status of the machine. There are also 3 buttons to navigate between the different possibilities. And let's see now the sensor control video. It works very similar than the Go sensor.
Si quieres vender
One moment. Okay.
The eye sensor packaging machines include an LCD screen and 3 buttons. The left button, the right button, and the central button. To turn the machine on, you can press any of the 3 buttons on the control panel or open the lid. You will then see the display or screen light up, which is divided into 3 main sections. On the left, you have the operating modes. In the middle, you have the level and maintenance indicators. And on the right are the different parameters. Each area contains icons and text that describe the operating status of the packaging machine at all times and allow you to interact with it. We will now explain how each one works. Let's start with the left section. Here you can choose between 3 different operating modes: automatic mode, manual mode, and clean mode, which is the self-cleaning mode. The off icon will appear when you turn off the packaging machine. Under the manual mode, you will see the program indicator with the letter PROG followed by the selected program number. You can save up to 10 programs. The most important part of the middle section is the numerical display, which displays the parameter numbers for the packaging machine configuration that will be executed during the vacuum cycle. Remaining in the middle section, just to the right of the numbers, you will first see the error icon, which will be activated should the numerical display show an error. Just below this is an icon represented by a percentage, which is activated when the numerical display shows a value expressed in percentage. Then you will see the second and minute icons, which are activated to indicate the time shown on the display. Finally, on the right-hand section of the screen, you can see that there are 5 operating parameters for the packaging machine: extra vacuum, gas, sealing air, and repeat. The IVAC icon is the indicator for the vacuum status. It indicates that the chamber is being vacuumed. The gas icon indicates that gas is being pumped into the chamber. The eye seal icon indicates that the vacuum bag is being sealed. The air icon indicates that the air pressure in the chamber is being restored. The repeat icon indicates the number of vacuum cycle repetitions. If you set up a multi-cycle mode, a numeric display will appear just below the icon to indicate the current cycle number being counted down. The push icon or central button indicates that pressing the central button will cause the current operation to change, skip, or cancel. The lid lock icon indicates that the lid can be closed to begin operation. The lid opening icon indicates that the lid can be opened. The fast soft stop icon indicates the selected air intake mode: soft, gradual air intake, fast, normal air intake, stop, locks the vacuum percentage in the chamber. The final indicator is ready, which tells you that the equipment is ready to start a new packaging cycle. If this icon is flashing, this means that the packaging machine will be ready after opening the lid. To access the automatic mode, move above the auto icon. The automatic operation mode is designed for convenient packaging, achieving perfect results without the need to set any parameters. This mode performs a complete packaging cycle without the need for supervision. The packaging machine produces the vacuum in the bag for controlling the percentage of vacuum with the intelligent IVAC algorithm. The duration of the airtight seal is regulated by the iSeal algorithm, and the atmospheric pressure in the chamber is restored automatically. The patented IVAC control algorithm automatically detects and finishes the vacuum process according to the type of food and its conditions. It is particularly suitable for packaging porous foods and liquids, as it prevents them from boiling and overflowing out of the bag. The iSeal algorithm also regulates the sealing time of each cycle to prevent the bar from overheating and burning the bag. This allows the temperature of the bar to be adjusted for each seal, extending the life of all the packaging machine components and guaranteeing perfect seals regardless of the number of cycles performed. To start this mode, simply select the automatic mode and then lower the cover. Manual mode allows you to fully control all of the packaging parameters and also gives you access to some special features, such as repetition of vacuum cycles or extra sealing time. To select the manual mode, move above the manual icon. Once you have selected this mode with the central button, Prog will begin flashing under the icon and the program number will also appear on the numerical display and start flashing. To use a saved program, use the side buttons to select the saved program you want. The manual mode is organized into 10 packaging programs from 0 to 9. These allow you to configure all the necessary packaging parameters for a specific purpose. For example, in program number 1, you might save a special configuration for making marinades. In program 2, you could save a configuration to vacuum pack sharp products, which could damage the bag, and so on with the 10 existing programs. This enables you to load the parameters you need very quickly every time you want to run a packaging operation with the same characteristics. To edit the parameter values, once you've selected the program you want to modify with the central button, the packaging machine will move to the right to modify the first parameter, the vacuum level. The vacuum icon will start flashing, and you can cycle between the different options by pressing the side buttons, left and right. Once you have chosen the desired option, press the central button to confirm it. The configuration will be automatically saved and jump to the next value to be configured, the gas. You can then perform the same action with this parameter. You can do the same with all the available parameters: vacuum, gas, sealing, air, and repetition. Once you have finished with the last parameter, the packaging machine will return to the initial manual mode screen, and the machine will be ready to perform the packaging operation. To save a program, all you need to do is select the program number you want and select all the necessary parameters. When the machine returns to the initial screen after the last parameter has been entered, the configuration will have been saved. If you would like to use a previously configured and saved program, simply select the program in question with the central button. Once selected, you can insert the bag into the packaging machine and close the lid. Then the packaging machine will perform the vacuum cycle according to the parameters saved in the memory. Now we're going to look at the options available in each of the available vacuum parameters. Vacuum percentage. This parameter sets a vacuum value expressed as a percentage. You can set the vacuum percentage from 50% to 100%. The intelligent option allows you to delegate the control of the vacuum percentage to the IVAC algorithm. To do, you just need to select int from among the options. The icon that identifies this parameter is vacuum, extra vacuum time. The extra vacuum time option allows you to add additional vacuum time of up to 20 seconds. This is used to guarantee an effective vacuum for very porous foods. You can only set this extra time if you have selected 100% vacuum. The icon that identifies it is extra. Gas percentage. This parameter determines the gas percentage that the chamber will be filled with. This value is dependent upon the vacuum percentage selected in the previous parameter. The icon that identifies it is gas. Sealing time. This value specifies how long the bag will be sealed for. More specifically, it specifies the duration of electrical contact on the sealing bars and should be adjusted for each type of bag. We recommend that you check with the bag supplier to find out the ideal sealing time. You can set a sealing time of up to 5 seconds. As with the vacuum percentage, you also have the intelligent sealing option. By selecting int, you will delegate the control of the sealing time to the iSeal algorithm, which will regulate this time automatically. The icon that identifies it is sealing. Air pressure restoration mode. This parameter allows you to choose between 3 different types of air supply to the chamber. Fast. Restoring the air pressure in fast mode causes the air to be supplied all at once by opening the inlet valve until the air pressure inside the chamber has been restored. It is the fastest and most appropriate method for most cases. Soft. Restoring the air pressure in soft mode causes the air to be supplied gradually, preventing the bag from deforming. This mode is useful to restore the air pressure slowly so that the packaged food molds correctly to the bag and prevents sharp elements from breaking it. Stop. This mode allows you to stop the pump at a certain vacuum value by pressing the central button. The packaging machine will maintain the vacuum until the button is pressed again. This process can be useful for marinating meat or fish or removing air from sauces. The icon that identifies it is air, and you can select each type of air pressure restoration by selecting the icons below it: fast, soft, and stop. Repeating multiple vacuum cycles. It is possible to program a series of repetitions of the same vacuum cycle so that the machine can complete the vacuum process, then restore the air pressure several times up to a maximum of 9 cycles. This process will perform as many repetitions as defined by this value, up to a maximum of 9. The icon that identifies it is repeat, and the digit below it displays the number of repeats remaining. You can also use the gas pump with the repeat cycle mode, although bear in mind that the gas will only be pumped in the last repeat, as with the sealing process. The auto clean mode is used to remove water condensation from the vacuum pump oil. This self-cleaning process uses high temperatures to cause any water in the oil to evaporate, thus removing it from the pump. The packaging machine will automatically warn you every 200 vacuum cycles that a self-cleaning process is required, although you can also do it whenever you like. The warning will be given when the machine is connected to the power supply or switched on from standby. You can access the auto clean mode by moving above the clean icon and pressing the central button. Or you can lower the cover when the warning message appears to start the process automatically. If you do not want to start the auto clean process when the warning appears, you can use the 2 side buttons to navigate normally through the menu and perform the desired cycle. The maximum duration of the auto clean mode is 10 minutes, although it can be stopped by pressing the central button. You can access the user manual, technical datasheet, and all the technical documentation for the equipment with the QR code located on the right side of the packaging machine.
Okay, in this slide, we will see different vacuum packing machines culinary techniques. Supervised vacuum packing of liquids. You can pack all type of liquids without supervision. Thanks to its patented systems, you just have to insert the vacuum bag and lower the lid to perform a perfect packing. Food impregnation with bag. The patented multi-cycle vacuum system allows you to repeat up to 9 consecutive vacuum cycles to achieve the desired results. For example, liquid impregnations. Food marination, multi-cycle vacuum technology, achieve a perfect marinade in just a few minutes, giving your food a different taste and texture. Vacuum packing of jars, cleaning mollusks, clean the sand and impurities from mollusks, and the aeration of sauce without bag. Obtain homogeneous sauce without air bubbles and without using a plastic bag. The iSensor vacuum packing machine has Bluetooth connectivity. Using a mobile device, it's possible to download an application from the Android Play Store or the iOS Store to synchronize the machine with the label printer. This application will allow us to set up the parameters of the vacuum program, and we wish to see in the label and activate label printing at the end of the packing cycle. Moreover, we can add the name of the packing products and the expiry date. Here you have the links of the application in the different platforms. Okay, like the ovens, both vacuum packing machines can detect the same errors according to this table, and error 1 to error 5. Error 1 is when the lid is down and it should be up. Error 2 appears when the machine has been trying too long to raise the vacuum successfully. And error 3 and 4 is a failure of the vacuum sensor. And finally, error 5 is electronic board failure. The machine will display the error like this, E and the error code. And there is a way to see the operating hours and vacuum cycles of this machine. We need to turn off the machine, unplugging power supply, then plug it on again. When all the LEDs of the displays are illuminated, press the central button to pressing the central button. The display will show the operating hours digit by digit, then press the central button again and will show vacuum cycles digit by digit. The process is the same on both machines. Let's see now a video to see how to view these hours and cycles in both machines.
Para ver los ciclos y las horas de la envasadora, se debe enchufar y cuando aparecen todos los displays encendidos de la pantalla, pulsar el botón central. Aquí nos salen dígito a dígito las horas. Por ejemplo, aquí veríamos que solo ha trabajado 1 hora. Y si volvemos a pulsar, los ciclos, dígito a dígito. 2, 1, 6. 216 ciclos. Si volvemos a pulsar, entra en el modo de trabajo normal.
Okay, now in Go Sensor vacuum packing machine, it's the same method.
Para acceder a las horas y ciclos de la envasadora, debemos conectar la alimentación y cuando aparezca iluminado todo el display, pulsar el botón central. Primero nos salen las horas, dígito a dígito, en este caso ya ha llevado 1 hora. Si volvemos a pulsar los ciclos, dígito a dígito también. 4 ciclos, o sea, 44 ciclos. Si volvemos a pulsar, ya entraría en el modo de funcionamiento normal.
Okay, both machines also have test mode. It's possible to access unplugging power supply and then plug it on again while pressing the central button. In technical service menu, we can do an auto calibration, a relay test, and see the last display at error. Let's see how to access this configuration menu.
Para acceder al menú de servicio técnico, alimentamos la máquina al mismo tiempo que pulsamos el botón central. Ahora estamos en el menú de servicio técnico. En auto se puede realizar una calibración de la máquina. Basta con bajar la tapa. De este modo quedará la envasadora calibrada. A continuación, en manual, si pulsamos el botón central, podemos ver todos los relés. Para accionarlos, nos ponemos en el relé que queramos accionar y pulsamos el botón central. Relé de la bomba, relé de la electroválvula de gas, el relé de sellado, recuperación atmosférica y cilindros. Para salir nos dirigimos a off pulsamos el botón central. Y finalmente, en Clean, veremos el último error que ha aparecido en la máquina. En este caso no aparece ninguno. Para salir del menú de servicio técnico basta con quitar la alimentación de la máquina.
Okay, let's now see the electronic boards. These are the electronic boards of both machines, ice sensor and Go sensor. Here we have the power supply, the same for both electronics, all the relays, the cylinder relays, atmospheric recuperation electrovalve, the resistor. Here we have the welding resistor, the gas electrovalve, the motor, and the lid. The main difference between the boards are the Bluetooth module, that sensor have a Bluetooth module, no Go sensor, and the lid switch, and the gas electrovalve. This is the main difference of the two electronic boards. Now let's see videos seeing these electronic boards.
Para acceder a las partes activas de la envasadora, se debe quitar los tornillos laterales, aflojar el tornillo trasero y levantar la tapa. Aquí podemos ver que tenemos la bomba, el condensador del motor, el transformador de sellado, la electrónica, los dos cilindros de elevación, el grupo de electroválvulas y el switch de la tapa. Para realizar el cambio de aceite de la bomba, en la etiqueta vemos las especificaciones donde nos aparece la cantidad de aceite. Sería poniendo una bandeja aquí debajo y aflojar este tornillo para que caiga encima de la bandeja. Aquí tenemos el visor de aceite con los niveles máximo y mínimo. Entonces abriríamos este tornillo de aquí para llenar el aceite otra vez.
Now the Go sensor electronics.
Para acceder a las partes activas de la envasadora es necesario quitar los tornillos laterales y aflojar el tornillo trasero. Levantamos la tapa y aquí tenemos la bomba, el condensador del motor, el transformador de sellado, la electrónica, los cilindros de elevación y el grupo de electroválvulas. No está presente el sensor de la tapa. Para hacer el cambio de aceite será necesario poner una bandeja debajo, aflojar este tornillo para el vaciado, volver a colocar, sacar el tornillo de llenado y llenar hasta la marca max del visor.
In the following table, as in the table for ovens, there are the common problems that can appear in the vacuum packing machines. The first column is the problem, the second one, the problem description, third, the different points to review, and finally, in the fourth column, the solution associated at every review point. As ovens in the download center, you can download all vacuum packing machines documentation. Here we have seen the exploded views of all the different parts of the machine and the list of replacements with the numeration according the exploded views. And that's all from my side. Thank you very much for attending the webinar. Now I will enable the questions and ask functionality, and my teammate Jose Maria from After Sales Department will answer all your questions.
Que parpadean selección nos permiten aumentar o disminuir los valores cambian de 20 en 20. Con el termómetro ajustamos la temperatura. Igual que en la humedad, el pulso con el reloj minuto general. A esta opción aparecerá el botón parámetro que queremos ver los de que ha llegado la semana y los alimentos de la cámara y para eso de metros de la última cocción. Primero hay que ajustar su porcentaje hasta 2. Partes fase. La fase y pica que se significa que la fase está desactivada. El botón de las activas cuando dice que queremos editar. Si queremos guardar un programa, una vez tenemos ajustada la humedad, temperatura, tiempo y velocidad del ventilador de cada una de las fases que queremos, presionaremos levemente la tecla PROC y ajustaremos el número de programa donde queremos guardar la configuración con las teclas menos y más. En la pantalla veremos una P y a continuación el número de programa. Una vez seleccionado el número de programa en el que queremos guardar los ajustes, presionaremos durante 2 segundos la tecla PROC para confirmar la grabación. Para acceder a un programa, presionaremos levemente la tecla confirmar la grabación. Presionaremos una vez en la parte donde queremos guardar, presionaremos levemente la temperatura, tiempo y velocidad del ventilador de cada una de las fases que queremos, presionaremos levemente la tecla PROC y ajustaremos el número de programa donde queremos guardar la configuración con las teclas menos y más. En la pantalla veremos una P y a continuación el número de programa. Una vez seleccionado el número de programa en el que queremos guardar los ajustes, presionaremos durante 2 segundos la tecla PROC para confirmar la grabación. Para acceder a un programa, presionaremos levemente la tecla PROC y con las teclas menos y más buscaremos el programa en cuestión al que queremos acceder. Una vez tengamos el programa que queremos ejecutar, presionando PROC veremos la configuración y presionando la tecla Start, Stop iniciaremos el programa. Se pueden guardar hasta 40 programas. Para configurar las memorias rápidas, es importante saber que el horno tiene 8 memorias de acceso rápido, independientes de los programas. Para guardar una memoria rápida, simplemente ajustamos la humedad, temperatura, tiempo y velocidad del ventilador de cada una de las fases que deseamos y a continuación presione la tecla de memoria donde quiere guardar durante 2 segundos. Para iniciar una cocción almacenada en una memoria rápida, presionamos levemente la tecla de memoria que queremos ejecutar. Si el equipo no se encendiera, hay que verificar